We could use it as a body cam.
I was expecting it to be like that TikTok. Not totally sure how we're supposed to light this thing. So far, a bit of a disappointment. Right, so we're just gonna head into Canadian Tire. We've got to pick up some stuff for the trip up to the property this weekend. Hoping to get a pole saw. I've been on the hunt for a pole saw for a couple of weeks now. And I really want the Milwaukee pole saw, because then it can have different attachments on the end. And
you really want a lot of Milwaukee stuff.
I know. But the good thing is, if I use the Milwaukee stuff, then I can use the same battery pack.
Yeah,
I can switch the same battery between all the tools. So that's kind of the biggest reason why I like the Milwaukee. But the problem is, the Milwaukee one is at least $200 more expensive than the next closest one. So we saw some yesterday. We had a look at a few of them. I think we had a look at the DeWalt option and the Ryobi one.
The Ryobi one Kenobi.
Yeah, apparently
you had to be there. You really had to be there.
We're only allowed to get that one if Mouse can call it Kenobi. So it's, pass me the Ryobi one Kenobi. We actually came here because I want to pick up a SkeeterVac. It's a tool that allows us to help control the mosquito population. And they've got some in at our local Canadian Tire, so we're going to run in and grab that today, so that we can at least not be bitten to death while we're out there. Maybe we'll take a look at the pole saws as well, pick up a few bits and pieces like some tarps and batteries and stuff, and yeah, we'll see what we get. Alright, we're here at Canadian Tire. We're picking up the SkeeterVac because the mosquitoes are going to be really bad at this time of year. And now we're just like looking at all the other cool mosquito stuff we can get. Anti-mosquito stuff. Oh, and it's on sale as well. Nice.
What?
It's on sale.
According to the people in the Caribou on the Facebook page, which, let's face it, they're the ones living up there all the time, they know. They say a lot of the holistic remedies don't work.
Okay.
Not on these, not on caribou mosquitoes.
What about that one? It's called Mosquito Shield. That sounds kind of like it's what we're looking for.
Oh, they said that you need DEET at the end of the day.
Okay, this is the one that we have in the trailer already. I'm pretty sure we have some of the spray on stuff.
We have, I think I saw one of these in the trailer, but I don't know how much is in it. Last time we were up there, these were all running out and we had one of these. This is the good one.
So while we're here in Canadian Tire, we're trying to look at these pole saws, because I really need a pole saw to trim off some lower limbs.
See, there's like a couple of reasons why you want to do the pole saw with the lower limbs, because one, it's a fire control thing.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to take off a lot of the lower limbs, because again, with fire spreading, it's harder to spread in forest fire situations. And yeah, then we have more working space.
Yeah. So we've narrowed it down to the Works one, which is a cheaper one. It's $250. And the little saw comes off the end, so you can actually use it independently, which is nice. Freight train just passing through. You know what you need, Mouse? Tiki torches. Okay, one of my concerns when we got this was that because the end actually comes off and makes a little handsaw, if the battery and everything is at that end, it could be making it a bit heavier. And having a battery powered chainsaw at the end of a long pole that you can't really hold or is very difficult to control could be a recipe for disaster. So according to the picture on the side of the box, you can actually pick up this chainsaw and use it with one finger. Let's find out. Well, I mean, technically you can. Okay, so it's not too heavy, given the size of it. It's definitely going to be easy enough to use, kind of in its kind of little mini chainsaw form. It's going to be interesting to see how heavy it is at the end of the pole. Yeah, that is definitely got some weight to it. Wow, that is pretty heavy. Maybe I just need to work out more. Maybe that's my thing. I need to you know. I wonder if I put some sort of shoulder strap. That would definitely help with the weight. Okay, here at Canadian Tire, just returned the pole saw that we picked up yesterday, because as Mas and I were kind of assembling it and getting a feel for it in the garage, we kind of felt that well, I definitely felt that the end where the chainsaw was, the detachable chainsaw, was pretty heavy. By the time it was attached to the end of the 10-foot pole, it became a bit unwieldy. And the last thing I need really is to have, not to be able to control this pole properly while we're cutting, especially when it's got a death machine on the end. Let's try this again. Well, the packaging is definitely more annoying. The actual chainsaw end doesn't seem as heavy, so that's good. Some assembly required though. Okay, looks like we have to put this on the right way. And there are little arrows. You can see that little arrows there. So match that up with the little arrow diagram. That's pretty easy. So this little tensioner was too far, or twisted in too far, so that the pin was closer to the sprocket there, meaning that there was too much slack on the chain. That's better. No sag. Look at that. All right, chain is on. I don't normally do product reviews because
We don't get a lot of products.
we don't have a lot of products. So we went out and bought a product so we could review it.
That's not exactly.
No, that's not true. We went out and we picked up this product. We grabbed the Spy Point Micro Light or Micro LTE trail cam, and we picked this up because I wanted to put a camera up on a tree at the property so that we could see what kind of wildlife that we get walking through there. I thought it'd be really cool. So after a bit of research, originally I was going to go and buy, I think Cabela's had a 3-pack of different cameras, and a 3-pack of cameras, and I was going to use that one. But then I saw this little device, and it's got a little cellular antenna and a built-in LTE upload process. So the idea is that we can put this on a tree, leave it going, and then whenever it sees an animal, it can upload a photo and send us an email with that photo. I thought that'd be pretty cool. So I unpacked it. It's a nice little compact unit. The thing that shocked me the most is when you open the little door, first of all, there was no SD card, so I had to go and buy an SD card. A lot of the other products that we saw, the other cameras that we saw, did have SD cards in them. This one did not. But we went out, grabbed an SD card. I think it's like $20 for this 32 gig Lexar. It doesn't look like that. I cut the bottom off, but 32 gig Lexar SD card. You can use any card with it, according to the instructions.
It's micro SD.
Okay, you can use any micro SD card with it, or any brand, I should say. You can use any brand of micro SD card with it, but it must be a Class 10 card. So it must have the C10 logo on it. And according to the instructions, it will only take up to a 32 gig card. So we grabbed a 32 gig card. And that was about $20 at London Drugs. The second thing that you need to get for it, which was not in the box, if I open up the little door, you see it takes some batteries. we had some batteries in the drawer, and I was like, yeah, no problem. That's all right. I'll just grab the SD card. So I came all the way home. Thought, okay, great. Turns out that we actually have 3 batteries in the drawer. So I was like, oh, great. But heads up, it actually takes 4 on that side and 4 on that side. It actually takes 8 double A's in here. So we went out this morning and grabbed some more batteries. So I'm going to put those in a minute. Multi-pack for the win.
Your Vanna White here.
Beautiful. That's you as well. You're beautiful.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That's what happens when I bake cookies.
Yeah, I got cookies today. So you get this in the box. You also get a set of stickers, so that if you prefer not to speak English, you can replace it with the language of your choice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You can change the language of the instructions?
Yeah.
Can we just do that randomly?
Well, no, because we'll be there and we're like, oh, why isn't it working? And it says, step numero uno, and we won't know what it means.
Well, how about we pick a language that I can speak?
Yeah, how about English? We know how to speak English. It's there. It's on the door.
No fun. It'd be so much fun, though, trying to work out what...
No, it wouldn't. It'd be frustrating. You know. Anyway, so that's that. And on the back, it has this little antenna holder, this little orange thing. Of course, it's orange. Which is pretty cool, because when you have the antenna down, it just clips into place and holds it. It is not the reason I got it, because it's all like black and orange. I like orange. It's not the reason I picked this one.
I wasn't going to say a thing.
Oh, it could be. When you take this out, actually, it gives you two little holes there. I'm thinking that might be good for a padlock or something, for it to lock this up.
It's probably for mounting it.
Well, no, the mount holes on the bottom is that screw hole.
Like a tripod.
Yeah, so, and we did actually see those where you could like basically screw a hook into a tree, and then you could screw down onto that too. There
were so many different mounts. We got this from Cabela's, and
yeah, a lot of different
Cabela's
accessories.
have a lot trail cams and what have you, and there are tons of different mounts for different trees and maybe gates, and I don't know,
all sorts of different methods.
Because yeah, I guess these are made for hunting primarily.
Yeah, I guess.
We're not going to be hunting. We just want to see what's out there.
So on the front, you can see it has a infrared sensor, a passive infrared sensor there, so it can detect movement. It has the actual camera next to it. It has another sensory thingamajig, and it has a couple of infrared LEDs there so that it can work in the dark and take photographs in the dark. So that's pretty cool. And also on the back, it has a DC-12 connector pin. So if I guess if you buy that option, it takes a little barrel pin for your 12. Although that'd be hard. I mean, why would you put that? I mean, if it's on a tree, you'd have to run a wire like down the tree to a battery. I don't know. Maybe there's an accessory you can get that's got a battery pack on it. Oh, we did see one that had a solar panel on top. Maybe that's
probably for the solar panel.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, it's officially a CE product, which means it's certified for use in Canada. And there is a picture of a wheelie bin, which I mean, I'm guessing that means don't throw it away. Send it for recycling. Exactly. So that looks pretty good. You also get a thingamie. A strap.
This is why we don't do product reviews very often, because...
And this is, so you can wrap it around a tree and anchor it. That's a big tree.
No, it's not. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Just think about it.
Think about it.
So, anyway, so we've got a strap there so you can strap it to a tree. Although it doesn't actually have any bracket. Oh, you put it through there. You must put it through there, is that it? Oh, okay. So you put it through there. See, instructional. So we'll just put it through there. Like that, and then you can strap it to a tree and hold it in place.
It's because you haven't read the instructions.
Yeah.
This is what happens whenever we buy IKEA furniture.
Like that, so onto a tree.
Straight into the IKEA furniture.
A good idea. We could use it as a body cam.
Because it takes like one photo.
Yep. There we go. There we go. Oh, and if you have it up high enough, you could say, scratch your nose. The antenna.
This is what we do.
Although you probably poke your eye out with that, right? Bend. Can you imagine it then you sneeze? Okay, you do also get this little coloured booklet.
The instructions.
With, it tells you the story of the camera that you bought. So this camera was born in a factory in the US, and it grew up with the big daddy cameras and the mummy cameras.
What's in your tea?
I don't. Okay, and so basically the way it works, according to the instructions that I partially read, you have to download an app to your phone, and then there's a barcode inside that you can synchronize this to. And once you synchronize that, it will connect to the camera, and you can configure it to take the photos and upload the photos. It actually has different schedules that you can upload the photos to. It's a 10 megapixel camera. What else to tell you?
What we're doing is the free option, because obviously it does use cellular service. You can actually get different plans. This one is the free monthly plan is included, and which means it will transmit 100 photos per month for free to us.
Now, one of the things that we noticed when we were out shopping for these was there was a couple of different cellular ones that would upload automatically for you. The big difference between them was what type of plan they had. So there was one that was like $20 a month? No, it was $8 US a month, which is about $20 Canadian.
Which the other difference with those as well is they tend to do video. This is photo only.
This is photo only.
It only takes the photos when it actually sees something, right? When it actually is triggered. So when the bear comes through, or when one of the deer come through, it'll trigger it and take the photo of said bear or said deer.
That's the idea. It's got an 80-foot detection range, apparently, if that's kind of important to you.
I just hope it gets a signal.
Yeah.
That's my only concern with this, as to how good a signal it's going to get and whether it'll actually work within those trees. Like, we can get a get a cell signal when we're up there, so we do have that, but so we'll have to wait and see. But okay. And it's just, we thought we'd try this one out. It was not a huge amount expense-wise.
It wasn't a huge amount expense-wise, and it was on sale when we picked this up. So we picked this up for $129 Canadian.
And it has that free monthly option.
It has a free monthly option, which you can set. Yeah, but it's got camo. Like, nobody will see it. It'll be up on the tree. It'll blend in and disappear. Like, even holding it like now.
You can't see it. Where'd it go?
I don't know where it is. What do you think? Can you see it? Sorry. Little camo joke there. Okay, every time we've been up to the property before, we've ended up with a bit of a mosquito problem. Apparently around May, June is when they all like to come out and play. So this year I decided to try and pick up one of these. It's a SkeeterVac. And this is one of the things that has been highly recommended on a lot of internet forums for effectively dealing with mosquitoes. So this is the SkeeterVac model SV15. And the idea behind this is it runs on propane. It generates, I guess, all the things that mosquitoes love. And hopefully it's going to make our life a little bit less bitey. Okay, you can see I've opened it. I actually cut the lid off. Is the only way to get into it. These flaps are glued down with some industrial adhesive there. They're not coming open very easily, so I just sliced the lid off. All right, that was relatively straightforward and easy. Under the cap here, we've got some of the bait Then I guess it gets heated up by the propane tank and creates the smell that those mosquitoes just love. We have a nice little jacket on the propane tank, which apparently black is an attractant for mosquitoes. There's also a AA battery in there for a starter, and 2 of these ground pegs, so you can actually stake it in place so it doesn't get knocked over. Oh so awesome SkeeterVac that I never actually ended up using because there were no mosquitoes when we went up there. When we went up there a few days ago, and the place was infested. Absolutely, it was just a crazy amount of mosquitoes. I didn't take the SkeeterVac, right? So anyway, we came back and we were just hanging out in the garden, and we realized that there's actually quite a few mosquitoes around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up SkeeterVac in the garden for 2 reasons. 1, because I've never used it before, and 2, I should really figure out how to actually use it. Look what I got, man. Totally sure how we're supposed to light this thing. Oh, there we go. So according to this, that little pop we heard was it igniting, not the thing exploding. And going to the green zone means we're good. Right, Jill, it's up and running.
Right.
So I'm going to leave that there to catch the mosquitoes. But I'm going to leave you there so you're the backup, right? Okay, so what should happen is the propane tank heats up the bait trap, which apparently releases some sort of scent that the mosquitoes find absolutely adorable. Then they fly towards this thing, attracted by the rather snazzy black jacket that the propane tank is wearing. And then just at the last minute, they see the big white and black triangles and they fly up to see what they're about. And then they get stuck because it's all sticky. All right, going outside to check the SkeeterVac to see how many it's caught. So it's been running all night and all day. So a good 24 hours. Let's see what it's caught. Well, they're buzzing around it, but these are not mosquitoes. Oh, 1.
It's a bit disappointed.
It is really. I got in fact, I think that's even like specks of dirt. It's not even little flies. I mean, they're buzzing around it, but they're not.
But they're not actually getting stuck on it.
Yeah. So far, a bit of a disappointment.
You were hoping
I was expecting
for carnage, weren't you?
I was expecting it to be like that TikTok where there's like covered.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I also saw a TikTok where there was something like that, but it was a trap instead. So same kind of principle, and
Yeah,
they trapped them inside something, and then people had bags of these things. Admittedly, though, we haven't had a lot around here. It's only the odd one.
Yeah, but why is it still flying? It's taunting me. It's just flying around. Next to it, it's kind of like, hey, look at me hanging out at the SkeeterVac.
Living on the edge. It's like, it's a mosquito with a death wish. But, like...
Or maybe it's just like flying around getting high, and it's just like, woo! This is the place to be. Okay, day 4. Looks like the SkeeterVac has been running for about 4 days now. There are some flies on it, a couple of mosquitoes, but not as many as I'd hoped given the amount that were flying around. So we have some stuck to it. In fact, it looks like we've got pretty much one of every fly type there is. And maybe 2 mosquitoes. But we'll put it here specifically because this area behind the shed was very active with mosquitoes while we were out one evening, so we thought this would be a good place to put it. Turns out mosquitoes are actually quite a problem this year.